Outback.
Yes, you heard it here first, folks. No idea where that came from, but Outback. So, welcome to another Monday here Proficiency Bonus. My name is Matthew, your most benevolent and somewhat sociopathic dungeon master for this evening. Before we jump too far into things, I just want to take a couple of seconds for us to say thank you to all of you. As you can see, I still have it up on our overlay here. We have been playing for Extra Life. This current, I guess I'll call it season for Extra Life. And our goal was to raise $750 for the Children's Hospital in Georgia. We met that, and then we decided to go on a stretch goal to try to get to 1,000. We managed to hit that goal this past Saturday. So thank you to all of you who helped out, to our players, to people who come by and watch us, and everyone who was able to donate and help out. We know the Children's Hospital in Georgia, one of our players in Dirty 20 volunteers there and knows how much these donations mean to them and how much it helps these kids. So before we jump into our response, just wanted to say thank you to all of you who made that possible. Now on to our other friends with Little Dragon Corp, our favorite Canadian dice company. We have Cardboard Castle Games, and who also happen to be in Georgia. If you type in !Little Dragon, it'll give you a link to Little Dragon's website. You can use the discount code PROBONUS, get 10% off your order. Check them out. They've got dice. They've got cool little, dice display things. They light up. Oh man, my batteries are dead. Okay, well they light up when you actually have working batteries. That's what I get for leaving my dice on, and so I can stare at them all night during stream. And then Cardboard Castle Games is !CCG. We'll give you a link to their website. They've got dice, they've got game books, they've got Magic the Gathering cards, they've got that other card game that copied them and involves little pocket monsters. All sorts of different stuff to check out from there. We also have a new show starting up in just shy of 2 weeks. Bloody heck, I lost the name of it. Sarah, help me out here. Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, right?
Rime of the Frost Maiden, yep.
I don't know why I put you on the spot and all of a sudden it came into my head.
It worked! It's magic.
So definitely check them out. It's I think it's most of the cast, if not all the cast, coming back from Curse of Strahd. So they're going to be going through the new module that I think the book is just coming out next week. So it's only going to be out technically a couple of days.
No, it came out in September?
Oh, okay.
Question mark? I think it came out in the middle of September.
Well, whenever it came out, it is the most recent campaign that Wizards has put out. So definitely check that out. Sarah's going to be running those folks through it. Last thing I get before we get into and sorry for all the announcements, but a lot's happened in the last week or so. Also, you will notice now if you're in our Twitch chat, there are a couple of changes here. First, for all of our subscribers, depending on the tier you're subscribing with, there are new emojis in the chat. So you will see different things in there. One of them is the Proficiency Bonus logo for our Tier 1 subscribers. There's also an old friend from Tomb of Annihilation. We have Melik as an emoji, as well as there are and I've got apparently Michael's in chat too. I didn't notice that. So all sorts of stuff there, and you will also see that we now have new options for your Probo points. As you see in there, if you scroll down, you can see there are options to gift players inspiration, give them a nat 20. We also have a channel-wide, I guess I'll call it challenge. We're trying to get to 50,000 points donated in towards this traveling planner merchant. So definitely throw it on. If we manage to hit that goal within the remaining time frame, this merchant can pop up in any stream, basically for that stream's next game, once it happens. So if you happen to hit it on a Monday night and we hit that 500,000 point goal today, you may see that goal on Tuesday's game, Wednesday, Thursday. It may show up on Friday. If there's a dirty 20, it'll be that Saturday. So definitely check them out. And it actually looks like it's already started with Snow Moon. You have been gifted a Bardic Inspiration. So on one check this evening, when you make your roll, before we know what happens, you can choose whether or not to roll a d6 and add it on there.
Cool.
So with that being said, we're going to jump into last time. Our party is still in Daggerford. They've been poking around. They have managed to secure trip on a river ferry heading to the northeast to get to Succumber. It leaves tomorrow at noon. They've done a little shopping. They poked around in sort of an oddity shop, found some weird things. Furia found a rock that when she throws it, it'll come back to her. If she's not ready for it, may smack her in the face. She's getting a little better with it, had some practice with that. The party poked around the Temple of Ilmater, hearing about this group of miscreants who vandalized the temple, summoned a massive gray beast or monster, loosed it on the temple, and it then broke out, terrorized the city, and fled. Some of the party was happy with that information. Some of the party thinks that the Lord's Alliance and the people within the temple are hiding secrets and other important things, and are considering breaking into the temple. Our party has since made their way back to the inn. Everyone has sort of regathered together. They've started having this conversation. Our beloved stab-happy grandma has decided that she is going to go back to the temple and has just taken her brand new makeup kit and departed upstairs to her room. And Artemis, that's when you notice, as you hadn't really got a good look at this box that Sarah had set down in front of all of you. But as she picks it up and sort of tucks it under the arm, you know, sort of like a board game or suitcase style, and goes to start walking away, you actually recognize the writing on the front of it. And it almost causes a slight, almost an uncomfortable twinge in your stomach. As it is that one language that you really don't expect to see on something like this. And as...
English isn't that rare.
As you watch as Sarah walks away with her necromancer's makeup kit.
What? Is it even a thing? Well, now it's a thing.
I mean, you need to make the dead look pretty sometimes.
Or else they all look like they're shrouded figures or something like that.
I'm not going to stop her. Because I'm honestly interested as to what would happen. Or, if anything. I'll make a mental note of that. Thanks. You're welcome.
So as it says now, we have the remaining 4 viewers still sort of sitting down at this table. You've just had a little bit of food. It's at this point, it's shortly after dinner at this point. You guys have all sort of got back together. You know, Sarah's getting ready to do this. I think, if I remember, Snowman, you said you were going to tag along?
Yes.
It sounds like Furia and Lydia and Art.
Well, I'm gonna go drinking. Any of you want to join me?
I'll join you, and can I also see this little curiosity shop that we were at last time, apparently, that I don't remember so well?
No, you were at the inn.
You were here.
Oh, I was at the end.
I don't know.
That's
if
why I
it'd be-
didn't see the curiosity shop. I mean, so maybe you could tell me about it on the way to it. And
We could
drinking,
walk by
yes.
and see if it's still open. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
And there might have been. I don't remember if I saw a tavern or near the marketplace, but I would
So,
probably.
actually, as you guys left the shop, Helmix Herbs and Oddments, on your way back, basically past the temple to head back to the inn, you did pass a rather large tavern.
Oh.
There's one that was directly across, basically as you walked out the front door of the Oddment shop and went to turn the corner on Fields Lane. If you see number 15, you pass the Happy Cow Tavern. And then as you continued on your way to get over to High Road, you also passed a much larger, looked to be a little bit fancy, a little bit more upscale, again, for Daggerford, but still called the River Shining Tavern. And you would have seen
Sounds
both
good.
of those on your way by.
We might. I don't know. Going to multiple taverns in an evening, is that a thing?
I believe they call it a pub crawl. Yes.
Yeah, my father used to do that a lot.
Oh. That sounds fun.
Well, I guess if we go to the shop first and hit a couple of those after. Sounds like a fun
Sounds
evening.
good. I agree.
This is an out of character question, but how far away from, like, I guess that general area of taverns and such is from the temple?
Okay, so if you're, you guys are on the map at Daggerford, right? Yes, you're.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're not in Roll20.
I'll get over there.
Nope, that's
Keep
okay.
forgetting we're still using Roll20 for the map.
So, basically, the Temple of Ilmater from the marketplace, it's from the central marketplace, which is right by the western gate. It's probably only about maybe a 5-minute walk. It is literally around the corner from this large inn that we're talking about. From the larger of the two inns, the fancy place River Shining Tavern. So,
Okay.
if you are in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a hideous square. Oh, that's a square. That's not. It's all going to be as is the X. Oh, yeah, it is. But okay, that building right there is the Temple of Ilmater.
Oh. Okay.
I'll try that
Right.
again and see. So that is the Temple of Ilmater. And the two inns we're talking about, River Shining Tavern is number 24. It is immediately to the north of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then Happy Cow Tavern is number 15, which is over here. And then the Ottoman shop we're talking about is number 40, which is right there. So it's all basically clustered fairly close together. If you guys were in the Ottoman shop and had to run out and get to the temple for some reason, you might be looking at 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how quick you're trying to move.
For
Yeah,
some reason.
Some weird reason.
Some unknown reason, yeah.
Or we could
okay,
just
so let me
not
rephrase.
hear anything.
If for some reason you think you have to do something because, you know.
Reasons.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna go
Okay,
hit the shop
okay.
and see if it's open, we might as well leave right now.
Sounds good, sounds good. I wish I could say good luck in your endeavors, but frankly, I'm kind of offended because I'm a cleric. Don't get stabbed.
And we might not help if you get
Try
caught.
not to.
Or at least I might. She might. Pointing over at Lydia.
It's also true.
Understood. Good to know.
I won't light things on fire. Hopefully.
That's a good plan in general, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to, never mind. Let's just go.
Okay.
Do we have sending stones yet? No, we
Nope.
did with Theclis, but he took it back. Okay.
Yeah, you had one
Should
with
probably
him
look
that
at
was sort of planted and set up a
Just
specific
him.
way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So you
gave
do
his to
you
the
do still have
cleric.
that one, so you could try reaching out to them, but it's not. He's good distance away.
Probably
But-
find a more than an ottoman shop at some point.
So as you guys start heading out towards the shop, we're gonna jump upstairs to Sarah, who is currently using her makeup kit. So how exactly are you trying to disguise yourself, Sarah?
I would think, like, in her mind, she's probably gonna try to do, like... Hey, welcome back to my tutorial.
See,
but-
I think of it as satanic makeup. It's like, wake up, grab a mushroom and makeup. That's all.
But I think she's gonna try and like do like a youthful look, as much as you can like airbrush yourself with makeup.
Oh, okay. So
While rouge involved.
we'll say go ahead and make a. I guess we'll call this a dexterity check.
I was gonna say survival. Okay.
Well, if you want to use survival, it's your dex is probably better than that. But...
No, I'm good. 16
Oh,
altogether.
okay.
Oh, kitty's still in a cone.
Yeah.
So is you finish applying it and think you did a pretty good job.
Okay. But my face isn't like changing or anything. Like this isn't acting like a magic kit sort of, not magic, disguise kit sort of deal. I'm now realizing.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 15. Yes.
You're looking in the mirror for a couple of moments. How old is Sarah again?
Well, you aged her about 30 years.
Oh yeah.
So she's 90 now.
So as you're looking at this, your rough guess with the way you applied the makeup, you're thinking you probably look 25 or 30.
Oh.
Damn.
Ooh. 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 She's just kind of like doing the little turn, like when you're at Macy's and they like beat your face with makeup.
Mm.
Ooh. Good. Close it. Do that little like lift thing, like Princess and the Frog, like. Yes, I'll do. Gonna get off the stool. So gonna look for like a nice outfit or a way to modify my existing outfit to be less granny.
Okay.
Is there anything like in the room that I can see, like fabric wise?
Yeah, they've got curtains, blankets on the bed. Nothing like. You're not gonna find like a fine dress
Oh
material, but
no, I'm gonna grab the curtains.
okay.
I'm gonna unleash my inner Snow White and see if I can muster up a new town outfit. With
Me
these
Okay.
like
curtains.
raindrops on roses.
So go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
And then as you're doing that, we're going to jump over to the others, because that's probably going to take you a few minutes. 3?
Yeah.
So we're going to jump over to the others as... well, first we're going to jump down to Snow Moon. As the others have left Snow Moon, anything you would be doing while you're waiting for Sarah to return down?
No, he's just gonna be waiting patiently.
Oh, okay.
downstairs.
Be there a while.
So, we'll jump over to the others. You guys are heading back over towards the herbs and oddments shop. As you do get over there, again, it doesn't take a huge amount of time for you guys to walk over there. It does appear that they are still open. You guys heading in?
I guess so. I would be trailing after Lydia, as she's the one that wants to have a look around.
Yep.
I guess Art hadn't been here either. Technically.
Technically.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We got you candles. I don't know.
Oh.
In spirit, you were there because we were
Ooh.
trying to get you stuff.
That's maybe like a few levels later, but I'm just kidding.
What?
But yeah. Yeah, sure. I will head on in.
Okay, so
Cool.
as you head in, Fury, the first thing you notice is the gentleman who was there earlier is actually not present. See, there is looks to be a much younger, very sort of emaciated looking, to your eyes, you're assuming half elf. Because he's a little bit bulkier than the people of your village. But he still has a very sort of delicate features in the face. As he's just standing behind the counter, just sort of looking around a little, very sort of meek almost. Yeah, no. Welcome to the Helmix Herbs and Oddments. Can I help you?
Just perusing your wares. I
Okay,
believe.
let me know if you find anything you're interested in.
Thank you.
Is there anything spooky?
Are you asking that?
Yes.
He sort of looks at you and no. It just widely gestures towards the store.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
Most things in here are mostly harmless, but they're always there's always a few things that are a little strange, I suppose.
Beware of cursed rocks.
Are you the one he was talking about who bought that thing?
Oh yeah, I think it will come in great handy. I mean, a little annoying, but
you there, the little pink-haired one. Yes, like what? And he puts up in it. They look to be very beautifully crafted leather boots. These are the most comfortable shoes you could ever want. If you don't mind looking like a halfling. Because you will sprout hair on every part of your foot from the sole up past your ankles. And you'll need the aid of well, if they reopen it, the people over at that their temple in order to get it fixed.
You know what? That's certainly weird.
I guess read the fine print. I mean, most of the signs here I noticed are very vague, but
Yeah, my god doesn't handle hair removal that I know of. So.
I have
Master Helmick likes it that way. He claims it's better for business if people don't necessarily know everything.
yeah, you would sell more things. That is true.
Why do they all have little hijinkses in them?
Not, like I said, most are harmless, but there are some that are more trick than treat.
Gotcha.
Feel free to peruse, and if you find something you like, just bring it on up.
I'm gonna
Alright.
start going up and down the aisles, looking in the glass cases.
Okay. Go ahead and let me see here. I gotta check my list. See what we got here. Roll a d20 for me.
D20 is a 18.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. So, as you're walking around and looking, you see a small, looks to be a very dark wood ring. On the
Alright, I pick up the ring.
Oh.
On the... oh no.
as you're sort of looking at it and just sort of like rotating around in your hand and looking at it here, you see there is a inscription on the inside of the ring. It's a little difficult to read at first, but you just sort of try to just hit it with the proper light. And it says, "Property of Judge D." Then it seems like there was more written there, but not everything after the letter D seems to be either worn off or...
Okay. How much for the ring? The wood one?
As you're looking at...
Pretty fine.
Color
It's handsome.
Oh, sorry, looks at that. Oh, well, that there is 60 gold.
Oh!
And it does, if you spend some time with it, it will enable you to discover the location of your enemies, even should they be
Very
hiding
handy.
behind a wall.
How many enemies? How many enemies do you think we have?
Well, what's the downside of the ring?
I'd be all 60 gold. We have a lot of gold. Alright. You're a good bargaining man. And I'll walk over and plop down 60 gold on the counter and shake his hand.
Shakes your hand. Thank you. Sort of throws it away and enjoy.
Thank you. I'll slip the ring on and start spending some time with it.
Oh, okay.
Sound too dreadful.
And Art, are you poking around as well?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Nice.
14.
Okay. Okay. Of course you would be the one to roll this. Okay. As you're sort of poking around, you find what looks to be a beautifully carved, looks to be silver with some slight gold inlays on the main part of the body. Tinderbox.
Okay.
Okay. Is there actually tinder inside of it?
Yep, it's so maybe tinderbox is wrong. So think of it more as a fire starter. So the base of it itself is an actual tinderbox. If you open it up, it does seem to have like little bits of
Okay.
straw and whatnot. Some dried hay and twigs and stuff in it. But again, the main part of it is basically picture it like almost like two little antennas sticking up. When you push together, they strike together and it creates a spark.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Pretty sweet. Art, what is it that you got there? It looks pretty nice.
As you're holding it up, though, you do notice that there is a small, basically it looks like a small piece of cork keeping the strikers apart.
Okay. I found this, and they're just probably gonna hold it above their head. I'm assuming this is like one of those cluttered shops where you need to like make yourself known, otherwise you'll be lost.
Marco!
Pretty
Send
much.
up a flare.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Gondor calls for aid.
Eventually, it's easy enough as it's a very quiet shop for you guys to meet up.
Are you gonna get it?
I don't know. I'll kind of like bring it up to the front and kind of be like, so what about this thing?
That's a it's a tinderbox or a fire starter. It's extremely powerful. It will light it on. It can light anything on fire.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, how much are we talking?
25 gold.
Okay, you got a deal, mister. I'm guessing that this little piece of cork is pretty pertinent to making sure that I don't combust.
No, that I made my boss put that on there because I didn't want people lighting things on the store on fire. Once you're
You know what?
outside, feel free to throw the cork away. Just this place is a little cluttered, and you start a fire, we may not be able to get out.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to hand over the gold and then neatly tuck it away
Okay.
gently.
Artfin bursts into flames.
And Fury, anything you'd be doing, or
I would be perusing, but I would definitely not be looking to buy anything as I've already got my own item.
okay, go ahead.
I mean,
roll
it's probably the cheapest item we've bought here so far, but I'd still be looking around.
Go ahead and roll the d20s. Let's see what you find as you're wandering.
6.
Okay. You actually come across a very familiar looking item. Looks
Uh-oh.
to be a folded up
That's
sheet of black cloth.
Oh, that's sort of
oh,
I thought it was gonna be
Oh.
another rock.
item. Does this one have a description?
There's a little tiny thing on the front of it that says hole.
Accurate. I pick it up, but I don't unfold it, and I sort of wave it. Does this have anything inside it? Or is it flawed?
Is that the hole?
That's what it says.
No, is exactly what it says it is. It's a hole.
Does it have a bottom?
I don't know. I've never gone looking.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, if it works as intended, it would be very useful to have more than one.
Hey, Farah, you could drop the rock down the hole, and if it doesn't come back to you, then something's
That
up.
is,
If it comes
that
back
you
to you,
do have a point, Art. But how much is it? Fine.
25 gold for the hole.
Well, what do you guys think? Is it worth it?
Do we really need 2 holes?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. We already have one.
Current holding is full. Our second holding is nearly full, and this one would be empty, I'm hoping. Or at least, I don't know. It's a $25 gamble. Gold piece gamble.
There might be cool stuff in the hole.
There could also be sand in the hole. Just a whole bunch of sand like before.
This is also true, but there could be more treasure or maybe a body. I don't really know what people do with this kind of stuff. Sure, let's get the hole.
Okay, fine. I will. Well, I wasn't really intending to come in here and buy something, but I mean, these two really talked me into it, and I'll give over 25 gold pieces for the hole.
Okay, well, enjoy your hole.
I'm not sure if enjoy is the best word for that, but thank you.
Please remember, all items sold at helmets, herbs, and ornaments are intended for legal use only.
Yes, I won't be
Wholesale
putting
final?
in a hole and blowing up the world.
I won't give you a bad review. Don't worry.
On Fantasy Yelp.
Yeah.
Yelp.
Yeah, I'll stick it in a separate pocket from everything else, and not in the bag of holding, and keep track of which one is which.
Okay, so as you guys start heading out and heading to the inn, we are going to jump back over to Sarah and Snow Moon, who Sarah has managed to adorn herself in a curtain toga.
Huzzah!
It took you a little while, you cut it up, but you did manage to sort of get empty, and you think, it's okay. It's not your best work, but...
Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay, I'm gonna finally... Actually... Yeah, I'm gonna head downstairs.
Okay.
And as she starts to come down, do I notice like an age difference or not? Like
You see what appears to be a young halfling coming down the stairs wearing a somewhat odd-looking toga.
Sarah, you look different.
Younger, adorned in finery.
Yes, younger. I guess that makeup fit worked pretty well. I guess.
Not really used to the makeup part for disguises, but I think I did pretty well. Now, are you ready to go see what they're hiding?
Yes. Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes, you guys start heading over to the towards the temple. Doesn't take you a huge amount of time to get there. As you get to the sort of a turn in that corner and start heading down the street and keeping back a little so you don't give away your position too early. You see it does look like the couple of the Lord's Alliance guards who had been out in the area have moved on for the evening. You do still have 2 guards in front of the temple. One sitting just to the right of the door, sort of propped up, leaning back on a stool. The other one is actively sort of walking, almost like pacing along the bottom step leading up to the door. And the door is still very slightly cracked open or ajar from where the Lord's Alliance commander had been showing it to Furia a few hours ago.
And I can't remember, did we notice any other entrances while we were here the first time, or is it just the main door?
I think the alley, I think, could like be a possible opening, but
You didn't see
Very-
another doorway. Everything that you had seen, because you guys were just in front of it, was that basically the blown out doorway.
Mm-hmm.
But you could poke around if you wanted to try to find another way in. You're not sure how easy it would be or where it would put you in. As it seems to be, the way this temple seems to be designed, is everything sort of funnels towards this front doorway.
okay. Well, we have 2 options for a distraction. I can use my feminine wilds I've just acquired, or I could try to release a bear again.
I mean, I think the bear could be a good distraction, because that way, if we're
There
inside...
it is, and I throw it.
Okay.
Snowmoon is the most awkward character ever, I think.
Snowmoon not wanting to tell Grandma to go try to flirt with some random guard.
Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor, Sarah, and roll me a D8.
Always grab a D100. 8.
Alrighty then. So as you toss this out, okay, let me just take a look here.
What hath science wrought?
Okay. Alrighty then. So as you throw this out and you watch as this, go ahead. I'm actually going to have you make a dexterity check for me as well. See how well you do getting this thing sort of chucked over. And where are you aiming this?
I'm gonna be aiming it like towards the door, like towards
Towards the entranceway?
the guards.
Okay, so you've got one guard that is literally sitting, leaning against the wall to the right of the door. And you've got one that's probably about 15 feet in front of the door that's walking along the bottom step. So think of it
the
like
guy
if you were going to
walking.
walk into a courthouse, he's on the bottom step in front of the building and the other guy's way up at the entranceway.
Okay, then the guy pacing or
Oh, okay. So go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
I need to do math.
And Sarah, you have been gifted Bardic Inspiration, so if should you choose to, you do have a D6 you can roll and add to this if you don't think your total is good enough.
Oh, I got a 23.
Oh. Okay, so as you sort of get this one up and sidearm and just sort of toss it out, And actually, Snowmoon, do you have dark vision or no? I don't think you do either, do you?
No, I do
I
not.
don't think either of
So,
us have
yeah,
dark
so
vision.
both of you, as you watch this, basically you lose sight of this small ball as it just sort of disappears, and you watch as you're pretty sure you're right on aim, as you can see the silhouette of this guard starting to walk away. And all of a sudden, you watch as the guard ends up getting literally tossed forward and it starts to roll on the ground as this massive thing literally seems to erupt from between his legs. And you hear, and you now see the massive shape of a brown bear.
Yes.
Are you giving it any orders? Or are you just letting it be a bear?
Run towards the market.
Okay. So as it first appears, and you watch as it rears up and stands on its hind legs, balls out, looks down at the guard, and doesn't really swipe at him, it just sort of swings a couple of times, then drops down and starts running towards him. You're going to see. Okay, and the second guy. Okay, the first one on the guy on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As the bear starts taking off, starts running after it.
Okay.
The guy who's sitting up in the seat basically starts running down towards the bottom of the stairs, gets about 5 or 6 feet off the bottom of the stairs, and then stops. Looks back up at the door and goes, "Call the others, I'll be down here, but I can't just leave I can't walk away." So as you're hearing him calling out, is there anything else the two of you would be doing? Right now, you've got a slight opening as he is now basically at the other end of the building down at the bottom of the stairs. So you potentially do have a path to the temple. You're not sure whether or not what he's going to be doing, though, in the next couple of seconds.
Well, what do you think? Should we go now? This looks like it's our chance.
Does. If anything happens, pretend to mug me, and I start running towards the stairs.
All right, and I'll run behind.
Okay. So you're just full sprinting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Benny
Okay.
Hill starts playing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check his sheet here. Okay. So as you start charging up the stairs, Sarah, you manage to get probably about 3/4 of the way up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Snowmoon, you're probably about halfway up the stairs. You're about maybe 10, 15 feet away from the door at this point. As both of you notice from the bottom of the stairs, the guard starts to turn around to face you. And you watch as just literally the head just sort of cocks to the side for a minute. And then you hear, "Hey, stop!" What are you doing?
I go, thief! And I punch Snowmoon.
You there, stop. And I'll pull my sword out, just like pretending to try and threaten Sarah.
Okay, go ahead and either one of you can make a deception check, and you will
I have
have
the higher-
advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Bail Snowman out of jail.
I'm gonna use the Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
D6.
Yep, D6.
Can't count. 15.
Okay. So you had a 9 before that with advantage?
No, I had a 6 plus 7, 13.
Okay.
And then
Plus.
Oh yeah, but I get the D6, not A6. I'm
Yeah.
awake. Okay. So as you're watching, is this as this is happening, and you call that out in stone as you pull your sword? The guard screams, "Stop, thief!" and pulls out his hand crossbow and takes a shot at you.
Okay.
That's a 19 on the die.
Yeah.
So that is yeah, that's a 23.
Ooh.
So,
How many tribbles do I have per day?
you have 3 per day, so you have 1 left.
I throw one more tribble at
And that was
behind me.
a 23 overall to hit, or 23?
It's a 23 to
damage?
hit.
Oh, okay.
So give me a second. I'm just
Damn.
pulling up.
Just to pull up that.
Okay, so it's D6.
You better not.
Oh my
press
word.
charges.
This guard is not having you right now. That is 7 points of damage from the crossbow bolt that is
Okay.
now sticking into your
Oh
shoulder.
my gosh.
It rolled a 6 on the die.
That's like the most competent guard we've seen so far.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
happened?
So at this
Somebody
point,
give him a raise.
I'll kind of like quietly whisper towards her, like, "Go now. This is your chance."
Okay, and while I'm like
And then I'll
running,
turn. Hmm.
while I'm running in, that's when I'll drop the tribble.
Okay, go ahead and roll another D8 for me. Snowmoon, I want you to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Okay.
Right.
12.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to be going before him. And,
7.
so you said you, 7? Okay. Okay, and a 7. Okay. So you have dropped a lion.
And I'm running.
So- okay, and do me a favor, make a sleight of hand check. So we're going to see whether or not this guard sees that you're the one who threw this.
Can it be the cowardly lion?
Slave. That's gonna be a 5. I'm putting
Oh no.
this die away.
Okay, let's see here.
Cass, you're
Wait,
not
don't you have
helping.
proficiency in sleight of hand?
I don't, for whatever reason.
Oh,
I've plus
Oh.
3 on sleight of hand.
Okay.
jeez.
So, even with disadvantage. Okay, so let's see here. And do me a favor, roll initiative as well. Just because the lion's going to be going on, would go on your.
Plus. Are we. Cass! Stop! 15!
Okay. So basically, the order is going to be going lion, snow moon, then the guard.
I thought it was tigers and bears.
Yep, that
Oh
too.
my.
Oh my.
Well, we got a lion, a dragon.
I'm the bear. I'm not there.
Yeah.
And they all walk into a bar.
Yep.
Ow.
Okay. Do me a favor. The other 3 of you who are out perusing and having some drinks, make a perception check for me.
19.
What?
Natural 20!
What?
Nice.
I rolled a
Nice.
9, which is perfect because I'm not paying attention. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear what's going
As,
inside.
as
I-
promised.
And your perception check, Lydia, was a 19?
Yep.
Okay. So the only one who starts to hear anything is Art. As even over the din, as you guys are having drinks brought to you and sitting down, maybe some, a meat tray, a fruit tray, just, minor snacks while you're sitting around drinking. Art, you start to hear bells ringing. Sounds like it's coming from the marketplace.
Oh boy.
Does not really sound like happy-go-lucky, jingle bells either. It sounds more like a warning bell of some sort. But again, it's not coming from the temple, it's coming from the marketplace.
No, it's not. I'm going to. They're just staring down at the drink and just listening. And I think that's what they'll probably do for the next few moments, just to see if
Okay.
they can pick up on anything else. But their eyes start to go a little wide, and they're like, "Oh no!"
So with that, we're going to jump over to the lion. So, Sigma, do you by chance have D&D Beyond pulled up? Can you pull up a lion's sheet for me?
Give me a quick second to do that.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. That's just been a theme that your schemes have been a little interesting.
I concur. I
You
concur.
can say bad.
Oh,
We warned
No.
you.
We did warn you.
I believe in you. I really do. I'm just worried.
I'm just mad I didn't put more stuff into my sleight of hand. Okay, so I do have the bag of tricks up, but it only shows.
Okay, if you go into well, actually, if you have the bag of tricks pulled up in D&D Beyond, if you
Uh-huh.
click on the word lion, it'll bring you to the lion's character sheet.
It does not.
Okay, then go into Roll20. There is a URL in our chat. I put the link to the lion sheet in there.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay.
So,
I found one of the microphone fluffies. Our cat just brought it to us.
Thank you, Cass.
Ah, nice. Retriever cat.
so right now, the lion is just about 25 to 30 feet away from this guard.
Okay. I'm gonna do. Apparently, my speed is 50 feet, so
Yep.
I'm gonna. Lion's gonna try and maul this guard.
Okay.
I guess that
So-
would be bite claw.
So given his distance, I'm going to say you would probably want to do a claw, because if he runs 20 feet and hits with a claw, he has a chance to knock him prone with his pounce ability.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with claw. So
Okay, so go ahead and roll your d20 and add your +5 to it.
It's gonna be a 13.
Okay, let's take a look here. Let me pull my guard back up.
Oh, gross. It's all
Okay,
thanks.
come on, guard. 13 does not hit. As the lion brings the claw down, the guard manages to pull up a shield, and the lion now sees quite a bit of terror in this guy's face, as a minute ago he was fighting a thief, and now he's fighting a bloody lion. So, and that will bring us over to Snow Moon then.
Okay, that bell, like, I guess I'll phrase it like, did I see this guard like raise an alarm in any way? Or...
No, you're not seeing anything from this one. You
Okay.
can, at this point, you can hear it as well. It's a little easier for you because you're outside,
Hmm.
and it is coming from the marketplace. Given what you know, I'd say it's probably a fairly safe assumption that it is probably the guard who ran off, calling a warning out that there is now a rampaging bear tearing through the marketplace.
Okay. And I guess this lion, like, there's nothing I don't want to like attack it, but there's nothing that I could do to like stop this lion from just, being a lion at all.
So you would have heard Sarah, as she was running into the building, telling this thing to protect Snowmoon.
Okay.
And the last thing that Sarah saw was you getting shot by this guard.
Mm-hmm.
So that lion basically views that guard as a threat to Snowmoon.
All right. All right. I'm going to run up to the guard and just try and like grab him by like the collar or the armor and say, "You can still walk away from this. Just forget what you saw here and leave now." And I'll pull my blade out too.
Okay. So go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Your Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you do have a D6 you can add.
Oh yes, I'm gonna need to use that. That's gonna be a 10.
Okay. So we will find out what happens in just a sec. Actually, immediately, because it's his go next.
Next time on Now.
Yeah.
So as you say that, you watch as he is staring at you and the lion and you and the lion. He looks over at you and says, I'm not going to forget your face. The Lord's Alliance will hear of this. You won't be safe anywhere. And he turns and takes off running towards the marketplace.
That sounds like...
Granny Sarah, it is up to you whether or not you think this lion who is supposed to be protecting Snowmoon would take a swipe at him as he's running away.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. You can do either bite or claw as he's going to leave. Oh, and actually, you have advantage on the roll because of pack tactics.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Where's the line? Does a. Do I add the +5 to this?
Yeah, so basically you roll 2d20s, take the higher number, and then add 5 to it.
Okay, 18.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. So, lion's attack, are you doing a bite or a claw?
Let's do a claw, because I don't want him to die, because that'll raise more suspicion.
Okay, so a claw is a 1d6 plus 3.
If I could get my d6 out, that would be great.
Okay, I should figure out how much health my guard has, because I did not roll for that.
That is a 2 plus 3, 5.
Oh, okay.
I know math.
So, as he takes off running, Snowman, you watch as this lion just reaches out and rakes these claws down the back of his head and down his back. And you can watch his blood just starts trailing down. But he is taking off, and he is...
Oh.
Okay, he's still standing.
Right. Yeah, he's on his feet. You can see that definitely took a hit, but he is definitely still up.
All right. Yes, so I will use this opportunity to run into the temple.
Okay. So as you charge into the temple, we are out of initiative. Actually, Sarah, do me a favor. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Is this for the bear?
No, this is for the lion. We're going to get to the bear next.
Oh dear.
No, it's a lion. 70.
Okay. So, Snowman, the lion's following you.
Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of let that happen.
And then roll one more D100 for me for the bear.
60.
Oh, okay. 60 or 16?
Yes.
Okay.
60.
Oh, okay. Good to know. So, Snow Moon, as you go into the temple, a couple of moments later, the lion sort of pushes its way through the door with you. Sarah, would you have waited at the entranceway? Or would you have... What would you have been doing? Mind you, it's only been about maybe 10, 12 seconds.
Probably like crouched in the doorway, just like keeping an eye on stuff, just in case.
Oh, okay. So as you guys head in, you are all now reunited. Well, two of you
All
and a
two?
lion are now reunited.
I managed to chase off that guard, but they might be returning. I don't know how much time we have.
Then let's do this quickly. Find anything that's a secret passage, secret levers, secret.
Should I wait outside for you, or because if he comes back and sees me here, we're gonna be in danger. And I'll kind of keep like looking back to the door to see if anyone's approaching.
Go back to the inn, try on my makeup kit, see if that'll work for just until morning.
No, I don't know how to use that.
It's like painting. You ever paint a picture?
Well, yes, maybe.
Well, your face is the canvas, so you Bob Ross it.
All right, and then I'll kind of just acknowledge that and run back out.
Okay.
And I'll try to go kind of take a turn as soon as I get out. Like I don't want to stay off the main roadway. And head
So
Why
back.
are you following him?
The lion is still right on his rear end. So this...
Oh yeah, I think we can get rid of the lion now too. Like before I head out.
I don't know how rid of the lion.
Well, don't ask me. I don't know.
This is why Artemis came with us. I'm gonna turn to the lion and be like,
You would know that
become small?
the creature remains until the next dawn, or until it is killed, whichever comes
Oh my
first.
god.
Can I give it a new command?
Yeah, it's just a bonus action to give it something to do.
Okay, come here, kitty.
Comes walking over to you.
Okay, now go.
All right.
I say a snow moon, not the lion.
All right, just watch out, and then I'll head out.
Okay, I have a lion.
Okay, so Snow Moon takes off. Snow Moon, go ahead and make a stealth check for me as you're heading back to the inn.
Okay. Oh my god, it's 2 net ones in a row. Jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no bonus, so that's a 1.
Okay,
Do we still-
good to know.
We still have that communal D20 from 2 weeks ago.
You guys do still have the one group D20.
I already rolled though. I don't want to use it after
Okay,
this.
okay.
Sarah, as you're starting to creep forward and you can hear the lion's heavy breathing, all of a sudden you're... as it sounds like somebody just tripped and stumbled down a flight of stairs. But eventually as you pull yourself up, Snow, and look around, you don't see anyone. So you take off heading back to the inn. And now we are going to jump back over to the other group for a moment. As Artemis, you are still hearing that bell ringing. Again, it's that same sort of if any of you have played any of the old Assassin's Creed games, and when They ring the alarm bell and it's just ding, 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 ding. Then it stops for a couple of seconds and it starts up again. You can see a couple of the patrons at some of the other tables are starting to sort of look around and look towards the door a little bit. It seems like for the most part, people really aren't jumping up or doing anything.
I'm looking up at Lydia and Furia. Have they noticed?
Does not appear to be.
I'm like just enjoying whatever I'm drinking at the moment.
Me too. I'm checking out the scene, listening to the music.
I don't want to interrupt a good time, but I'm just going to get up. I'll be right back. Just give me a moment. I need some air.
Okay.
No,
It's-
no.
I mean, there's plenty here.
You
I
want
mean,
company?
Not that heavy of a breather, am I?
Just
You snore a little.
What?
You snore in your sleep a little.
I'm going to take this chance to get outside. Once I get outside, or I guess like time-wise, do I get outside?
Oh yeah, easy enough to get outside at this point.
Okay.
So you guys are probably still, because it really hasn't been that long since you finished shopping, that all this has been happening at the temple. So you guys are probably still at your first inn, which I'm guessing, given your location, you guys probably would have started with the Happy Cow, would be my assumption. The one right
I
across
thought it
the
would
street.
be a very, very nice for Lydia to visit there, but I wouldn't have told her so.
I don't know whether to be happy or offensive. Offended.
So basically, you guys are right. Oh, that is my measuring tape. That's not gonna help me. You guys are literally as you step out, you're right here on the
Okay.
corner of Fields Lane. So you know, if you were to jot down Fields Lane and sort of bear to the right, it would take you right into the marketplace.
Bear to the right.
Yep.
Haha.
Oh.
If you lie into the temple, then
Haha. Guys are good.
Stuck in the middle with you. I'm going to take guess, just a tiny trot over to the south in this case.
so basically trying to get a peek on the marketplace.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me as you make your way over there.
Okay. 16.
Oh, okay. So as you sort of make your way over and get to a nice little sort of cozy corner where you can sort of peek your head around and get a decent line of sight on the marketplace, for a couple of seconds you don't really notice anything, but again, you're hearing the bell a little louder now. So you can tell the bell is coming from somewhere towards the southern part of the marketplace. And then as you watch as what can only be described as a small squad of guards come charging out of one of the alleys. Shields held up in front, spears. And as they start charging in towards the marketplace, literally three in the front, three in the back, you watch as a massive brown bear just comes careening through and is just tearing the marketplace apart.
Art does a double take because they're pretty sure that they just saw Furia in the barn, so unless they do have a lost brother that I don't know about.
Maybe.
Oh boy. And there's no like tell that that's for sure a Sarah-made bear, right?
No, it's a brown bear.
Brown bear. Okay.
Brown bear.
You know what? Oh boy. I'm a little wizard in a big world. I'm gonna follow the guards.
Okay.
Not right alongside them, obviously, but just I've gotta see what's going on.
So as
In my mind, Art's like walking with his hands down at his sides real quick, like, go find out.
The air's better over here.
as you're trudging along again, you can see this thing is just tearing through. Art would remember this. I know you don't because you weren't here, but one of the first things you can see that it destroyed was a small booth that had been selling different types of pies. Is now completely destroyed in remnants.
Universal warning.
Looks like anywhere that had any sort of, from your earlier trip, anywhere that had had food or anything of the like stored in it, this bear is torn through. It's run through, trampled some of the other things. You can see that there are a couple of guards laying on the ground. They're breathing, but they definitely see that they got, were a little worse for wear. They really weren't prepared for whatever is going on. So now this new group of guards is coming up with, again, shields, the one-handed spears. It looks like they're actually getting ready to go after this thing.
Okay, cool. And that most of the guards that I've seen are focused on the bear. There's like no.
That from what you're dealing with right now, you don't see anything else.
Okay. And I don't see the Sarah or Snowmoon anywhere to be found in this area.
No, you don't, but go ahead and make a perception check. See if you catch anything else out of the,
The 21.
Not bad. So as you're watching, and these first couple of guards catch up with the bear, and the first group of them start trying to make their attacks. Give me just a second so I can check the AC here. Okay, so actually, yeah, these first. Oops. I'll just close my window. There we are. Okay, what's there? Ooh, only a 3. Yeah, so the first row of 3 all miss as they come charging up as the bear rears up on its hind legs and starts swatting down at them. The second row of 3 take their shots, and those ones actually, all 3 of them manage to connect with the bear. Let me just see here. Bear's hit points are... it's actually going to survive that.
Brown bears actually have quite a few hit points.
Yeah, you know? Tanky boy. Okay, let's see here. Okay, yeah, so it seems to be angry, and it is now, as you're watching this thing is full-on engaged in battle with these guards now.
Oh, no. We are.
What would Art be doing?
Not intervening.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
As you watch, as the first, again, as the first 3 are sort of going up and a little bit panicking, the second group sort of poking around and managing to get good shots at it. The bear reaches down, and in a move you have seen Furia do a number of times, rears back and goes to take a bite out of one of the guards in front. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use this die anymore. And literally, and removes the guard's head, and one falls to the ground.
Okay, cool. I'm going to skedaddle on back to the inn or tavern. I've had a lot of air and smells like pennies, and I don't quite like it. I'm going back.
Too much air.
Too much air.
As you turn and very quickly start taking off and getting away, you get to, because again, you sort of follow them down in towards the middle of the marketplace a little bit. Now you're starting to take back off and head back up towards the inn. As you get to the northeast section of the market to sort of duck back into the alleys and get back to the tavern without being seen, you start to hear something coming from the other corner of the market. A white dragonborn just had a lion. He tried to kill me.
Oh. I'm running. I'm sprinting as fast as I can go.
So as you are sprinting back, we're going to jump over to Sarah now and her pet lion. As you guys are currently in sort of the antechamber, the entranceway into this temple. As you walk in, you can see there are a couple of little signs on the side of the glass hand with the red sort of thread or rope wrapped around it, the symbol for Ilmater. And within this entranceway, there's basically two arches on either side and then a stone wall in the middle leading further into the temple.
Gonna start going further in. Like, do I see any signs of, like, destruction, like the creature, the, like, great creature caused?
In this immediate, like, entrance sort of room, not here.
Okay.
As you start sort of poking around and heading into the inside, though, you can see, and picture walking into a church. The rows of pews and the benches people sit in. As you walk in, it is immediate. They're tossed to the side. Some of them are just ripped and shredded. Looks like something jumped into the middle one and crushed it. It's a lot of the seating and a lot of the general area here is just in complete disarray.
Does there seem to be, like, any, like, scraps of paper or clothing or, like, out of place looking stuff?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Uh, 14.
Oh, okay, as you're sort of poking around, you don't see anything that you wouldn't expect to. You see a couple of, looks to be a couple of, like, clerical vestments on the ground that look like they've got some, like, tears or rips in them. You see what looks to be, page, I'm going to call it a hymnal. I don't know the right phrase for a clerical book, but things with, like, prayers to Ilmater in it that look like these books have been shredded or damaged in some respect.
Is there, like, an epicenter of the damage? Like,
no, it looks to be pretty much widespread throughout the room. You do notice, even with that check, though, there does seem to be a slight path to it, as it seems to go off towards the back of the room and slightly to the right.
okay, I'm gonna follow the path slightly to the right.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me as you're
Okay, I have to
heading
move
out.
the kitten.
Oh, lion's right on your butt following you.
Yes. It was investigation or
Perception.
perception? 14 again.
Okay. So as you are continuing along your way, Eventually, you come to a hallway. And as you look down the hallway, you can see it is basically a long, straight hallway. Couple of doors on either side, about half or three-quarters of the way down. And it seems to be a stairwell leading down on the far end. Hallway's probably about 50 or 60 feet long.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading down.
Oh, okay.
As I head down, do I see like any more damage, like what was in the church, like claw marks, scratches?
You do see some. I won't really call it damage, so to speak. Not like you've seen. As you're heading down, though, you do see that there are. Basically, it looks like points where, as whatever this thing is, was running down the hallway. It was just reaching up, and you can see like claw marks into the wall. Literally, like it just sort of drove its nails in, and used the wall to like pull itself along a little faster.
Okay.
But as you start getting near, closer to the end, as you get to the stairway, to the top of the stairs, you start to hear voices.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to take our break this evening.
Ah!
As it is just after 9:30. So, stay with us if you're around. We'll be back in a few minutes as Sarah has made her way into the temple. Unfortunately, it did cost her escort, Snow Moon, who is somewhat loudly making his way back to the inn.
Whoa.
There is a bear rummaging and rampaging through the marketplace. And a guard has sworn that the Lord's Alliance would hear of this white dragonborn. And he would not be safe anywhere.
All according to plan.
So with that, we will be back in 3 to 5 to 7 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark, as we take care of facilities, beverages, whatever we might need to do. So don't go anywhere. Let's see how our party tries to find a way to make it out of this one. We'll be back soon. Yes, you can bowl a cat.
Bowling for cats. Bear for soup.
Welcome back, everyone,
Oh,
as we bowl with cats. And no, that is not what's in Lydia's bowl. We're talking bowl.
Oh, Lydia's got bold.
oh gosh.
It's not a bowl, it's a water pipe.
Nah.
It's my art piece, my glass art piece.
Yes.
Paperweight.
Paperweight! Like that too.
Water pipe.
For those who didn't hear about that news story a few years back, I think it was a few years ago, Tommy Chong was selling bongs and proceeded to, mind you, they were illegal where he was doing it. And he proceeded to say there wasn't a bong, it was a water pipe.
Yep.
And his name was Tommy Chong. You're not going to win that argument. But anyway, back to Sarah, who is currently attempting to sneak down some stairs. Well, I think she shouldn't say sneak. She didn't say sneaking. Is walked down to some stairs and can now hear voices down further in the basement. What are you and your furry boy doing?
Gonna try and like hug the wall and see if I can like listen in to what's going on, like sneakily.
Okay, so go ahead and make a stealth check and a perception check for me.
Okay, I lost my other d20. So we're using the bubblegum one. This is why I didn't want to use that one. So that's gonna be 9 altogether.
Okay, and that's your stealth check.
Yes.
Okay, and now make your
Oh.
perception check.
It's gonna be 17. Can we flip those two?
So as you are creeping down, and actually do me a favor, roll a d20 for me, because you have somebody who is following you.
17.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Why is the lion better?
He's used to hunting.
The lion's a kitty cat. Kitty cats are, you know, evil and demons. Okay.
Oh, they're so cute.
Okay,
at
so that is
Will.
literally a 23 for the lion stealth check. You tend to forget the lion is there, it is being so quiet.
Oh!
But eventually you get sort of round the corner a little bit and creep down a little further. And you can hear voices. And you start to hear, it sounds like a slightly older male voice. No, I am telling you, it was the gnome. The gnome is responsible for the whole thing. Yes, get the artist here and I will give you a description of them.
Gonna sneak a little more, strain my hearing.
Yeah, as you're listening, they go back and forth. Yes, I know the basement was destroyed. That's why we're digging it out to see what else they did down here. No, I don't know what was taken. I'm not a member of the church. Talk to the fools in Waterdeep. They must know. Goes back and forth a little like that. Just doesn't. From what you're guessing, it doesn't seem like whoever this individual is off in the distance doesn't have a huge amount of information, but apparently has a very good description of the gnome that caused the problem.
Can I hear the other person in this conversation?
You actually can't.
If can I like quickly like look and then like dart back to
So as
To
you've
the-
come down the stairs and you've sort of turned and button hooked and you're heading down further, you can hear these voices off in the distance. You're not seeing anything. There's really nowhere for you to sort of like peek around. You'd have to
Okay.
continue down the stairs and out into the whatever's down at the bottom of the stairs into the next chamber.
Okay.
But where you're hearing voices, it's up to you. You're not sure how far away they are or where they are.
I'm gonna tiptoe. Keep going.
Okay. Take a look here. Let's see what we've got for passives here. And you said your stealth was a 9, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And okay. So as you start to creep down a little, continue down the stairs, you hear the conversation sort of trail off a little bit as you're heading down. And then you start to hear weird mumbling. You sort of recognize the cadence of it.
Kind of weird movie.
It puts you in mind of Artemis. When Artemis is casting a spell.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I want to see.
Hmm?
I want to keep going. I want to see.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay. So as you are heading down, and you hear it after that sort of mumbling, and you hear the voice starts talking, and you hear the like, no, there is nothing to worry about. The gnome will not return here. No, I told you I will deal with this. Things always happen in the temple. Days that strange creatures run out. I mean, tomorrow a lion could walk through the door. Who knows? Anything could happen. Then sort of gets quiet a little bit again. Anything else you'd be doing? Probably got about another 10, 15 feet to get to the bottom of the stairs. And then you can tell from where you are now, this next chamber opens up.
Okay, I'm gonna keep sneaking.
Okay. As you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you can start to see basically, as you're coming down, you're seeing basically feet up. Looks to be very expensive, robed individual. Sitting. Oh, go ahead.
Am I like to his back?
Yes, he is looking away from you at
Okay.
the moment. And is just talking what appears to be into an empty room. You can see, though, there is a small, looks to be crystal orb sitting on a small table in front of him.
Can I see like any sort of like thing in the orb?
not at this distance. You could try getting closer if you wanted to. But the area that as you've come down, you're at the entrance of this room, and it is basically a large empty room. It's not exactly going to be easy for you to try to sneak much further into this area. You can certainly try, but...
I'm gonna like gesture for the lion to like stay where it is, and then I'm gonna try to like sneak to see.
Okay, go ahead
Or
and
what-
go ahead and make another stealth check for me.
Oh dear God. 16.
Okay. As you continue, it's ever so slowly just creeping forward along. As you start getting closer, and again, trying to focus and look and see what you can see within that crystal ball. And very slowly creeping forward, and again, you can hear the voice talking, and it just keeps going over. It seems like they keep reiterating the same information, talking about this gnome. And as you get closer to the crystal ball, you find yourself looking at the back of your own head.
Uh-huh.
And as you get right up to that point, and you're standing just a mere few feet behind him, the individual turns to face you, and you see a very elderly human male. Eyes
Do I
completely white, like white and grayed over. And then you watch as the eyes sort of blink and come back into focus, looking down at you. I thought I gave you enough of a hint that I could see you coming when I mentioned the lion. You're not meant to be here.
It's sanctuary?
You're rather diminutive and old. Are you with him? Are you with the gnome?
No, I only know one gnome, and it's not a him, I think.
You'll never know.
Has my like makeup worn off?
You're not
I'm
sure?
sort
You
of
don't have
touching
a mirror to...
Okay.
As you touch yourself, you still... you don't
Feel it?
feel any different than you did before?
I can only see the back of my head in the orb.
That's
Right.
correct.
Okay.
But, well, I should say you could. Once his eyes, like, refocused and the, like, white cloudy image disappeared, that image on the globe disappeared as well.
What are you doing down here? I thought this place was off limit.
Not to the court mage. I believe it is time for you to go. And he reaches into his pocket and you hear him start to mutter and mumble again.
Uh-huh.
You doing anything or you just standing where you are?
I'm gonna run back towards my lion.
Okay. So as you take off running, Let me just take a look here at what he has already prepared here. Okay, I just can't remember the saving throw. Okay,
It's like 100,
let's
right?
see. Really?
I'm
pull up
in
this
danger.
There we are. Okay, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It was a dex save, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be a 9.
As you start running and you get probably about 5 or 6 feet away from the lion, as all of a sudden you find yourself constrained within a shimmering hamster ball, as he has trapped you within a resilient sphere.
That's fun.
And then just sort of walks up and basically slowly starts pushing the orb, and is basically just using its action and bonus action to just keep basically pushing the hamster ball that you're in and walking you back out of the temple.
Excuse me, I have questions.
Oh my gosh. Cut your losses.
He just doesn't respond. It's just walking away, pushing the orb, and you find yourself you actually are having to walk, because if you don't stop moving as the ball is rolling, you end up just sort of falling over.
Why are you all down here alone? I'm in a bubble. I'm not going to be able to run. We might as well have a conversation.
Well, I could banish you to another plane of existence and be rid of you.
I've done another plane of existence. Very rude goats.
Sort of cocks his head for it. Are you certain you are not with that gnome?
No, again, I only know one gnome, and not a he. Not a she either. Just a no, but
By any other name.
This is bigger than one halfling. Great things moving in this realm.
much like a giant bubble going up a couple of flights of stairs, almost.
That
I think it's a
bubble is
larger
not
scale than that.
There's a bubble popping in a pot, nothing anywhere near the scale of what my concerns.
Well, apparently there's just monsters popping up from inside of temples, and you're here inside of a temple, and...
Yes, trying to figure out how the gnome summoned said creature in here and why he set it loose to murder all of the clergymen.
That is a very big mystery. You know what could have helped you solve this is a band of misfits who are actually known for solving things. I know a couple.
Who do not have a white dragonborn in their group at all.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
No!
10.
At this point, he's got you up that first flight. He's sort of turned back, heading up the second flight towards that long hallway. So yeah. Gets up to the top. And you find yourself, without warning, deposited back on the ground as you are no longer trapped in the sphere.
Thank you. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna get on the lion.
As Yodi looks down at you. I am Delphin. Find your band of miscreants. Find me at my tower tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock on the nose. We shall discuss whether or not you will be of any use, or if you will be finding out how well, shall we say, how the lower portions of the keep here in Daggerford are get out of the temple.
Already leaving. I'm gonna turn my lion.
As you start taking off, you hear her muttering again. Roll one more d20 for me.
That's a 2.
As you're riding, the lion vanishes from underneath you. Make a dexterity save. Okay. It's not pretty, but you manage, as the lion disappears, you somehow manage to sort of right yourself and land on your feet, one hand on the ground. As he just turns around. Arcane creatures have no place here. No.
You seem like a Saskatoon. I'll remember that.
Sort of.
And I'm going to leave him with that confusing notion.
And as you manage to make your way out of the temple, you're not 5 feet past the door, and all of a sudden you're boom as the doors have slammed shut behind you. And about this time, we're going to jump back over to Art and the others, because Art was hauling Gnome back to the tavern. So that's time. It's probably about 10 minutes. 10 minutes back in time, as Sarah's probably just now getting about halfway down the stairs, as you are now back to the tavern and in with your friends once more.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over to the table where Lydia and Furia are hopefully still there, and just, slide into my chair.
Art, you missed it. These crispy potatoes are really, really good, but I just ate the last one. You should have come back
First,
sooner.
they're
I'm sorry.
delicious.
That's okay. The air was wonderful outside.
Good to hear.
Not potatoes.
Clear your head a little.
You know what? I feel like I almost did the opposite. So there was a kerfuffle outside, and the marketplace seems to be all abuzz with like a lot of guards, and like a guard without a head,
What's going? Did the monster come back into town?
and like the monster is a brown bear.
So
And that
there's
was
a
I don't
weird.
think a monster and the brown bear is the same
brown
thing.
bear in the middle of the night? That's not usual. Usually they're
Yeah,
not
no.
nocturnal.
no, and I thought it was you, and I was like, no, that
No, I wouldn't. I
very
mean,
speedy.
No, I don't bite off people's heads. Even if I was a bear out there. No, I was here.
Yeah, the
Those
weirdest part
crispy
of it
potatoes
all.
were really good, by the way.
Yes, they
I
were.
will try and get some. One of the guards was talking about d- white dragonborn. So I'm guessing that's probably our dragonborn.
Lydia's gonna curse a lot in giant, because no one else will understand giant.
Roll a D100 for me.
There's like
Oh,
one
no, someone's
giant
gonna
kid
just-
for kid.
Giant.
There's
Well,
a
you
four
know,
golden
if they.
family.
38.
From across the bar, you hear a somewhat gruff tone as about a 7'3" Goliath
Oh,
looks over at you. Hey, watch your tongue. In common.
Sorry, just found out. Sorry. And I'll sink down back to my chair and.
Just sort of laughs and
Rip
holds up
you.
their mug and keeps drinking.
Yeah.
What a proper
God.
tavern. Anyway, yeah, I think that stuff outside kind of went tits up.
Well, their choices are their own. I decided
yeah.
to come in here and have a good night. If they decided
You know
to do
the first
something
rule
else,
of-
that's their problem.
You know the first rule of religion, Art?
No.
Don't interfere in other people's religion. Do you know the second rule of religion, Art?
Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil.
No, don't go interfering in someone else's religion!
Oh.
And I'm gonna start drinking more.
Okay. So as you guys continue on,
I'll buy a round for the Goliath dude.
Oh, okay.
get some crispy potatoes for the little one.
Yeah, so, Art, you staying and having potatoes and just relaxing for the evening?
Oh boy. Maybe it's fine. Should I don't. You know what? Yeah, they're going to take whatever remaining drink they have in front of them.
And what?
Babe, your mic.
Or connect? Oh,
Oh, no.
There we go.
Yeah. Yep.
nope.
Yes? Okay.
Oh, yeah, now we got you.
There we go.
No?
No, we
Yes.
got you.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
I'm gonna keep drinking.
Alrighty then. About 5 or 10 minutes go past as you guys are now starting to really get. They come over and Art does manage to get themselves a nice plate of spiced potatoes, and then like I said, about 10-15 minutes goes by. It's getting a little later in the evening, and the server comes over, drops off another load of drinks. The Goliath sends over around to you guys.
Like,
And then they say, "Oh, by the way, don't go anywhere. We've got some entertainment coming." So they're it's an interesting group. Some people love them, some people hate them. Group of bards. They go by call themselves System of a Drow. So don't go anywhere. Usually well, if you can't handle crazy, you may want to go somewhere, but
no, crazy's good tonight. Crazy's good, my friend.
about this time, Snow Moon, you've made it back to the inn at this point.
Okay.
You have stumbled through every puddle, every barrel you can bump into.
Toilet paper on your shoe.
But eventually you find your way in.
Look, he's a brown dragonborn now.
Gam Gam is not actually at the counter. It's a little small sign in common says ring for service and a little bell there. But you guys already have your room situated. Anything you'd be doing?
I guess first, does it look like I was like followed at all?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 14.
As you were going around and, keeping your head on a swivel looking, you don't think you were followed.
All right. So I'm gonna just like stay here for a few minutes just to like be sure, and then he's gonna like tighten his robe and pull the hood up, and I'm slowly gonna try and work my way back to the temple.
Oh, okay. And
That
are
is the
you...
most counterintuitive.
Good.
And I think I was going to admonish him.
So are you just walking out, or are you trying to stealth your way back?
I'm gonna try and stealth my way back, like through alleys and stuff. Like
Okay, so go ahead and make your stealth check.
Through. Ooh, 19.
Okay, and Sarah, where would you be heading? Are you heading back to the inn?
Yes, if there is a puddle or a reflective surface, however, I want to see if my makeup is still on.
Oh, okay.
Because
So let's see here. Go ahead and both of you roll a D100 for me.
Ten.
74.
Oh, okay. So, Stone, as you start sort of creeping in through the different alleys and trying to make your way back over, and Sarah, you start heading back, following the roads to get back to the inn. You do find a couple of puddles and look down in, and as you look down, as far as you can tell, you still look like a very young halfling.
okay.
Seems like there is something about this individual that allowed them to see through the illusion you had created.
Okay.
About 5-10 minutes goes by. Sarah, you find yourself back at the inn. Snow Moon, you find yourself back at the temple.
Okay. And I didn't see Sarah.
No, Sarah was heading back the regular route,
Mm-hmm.
and you were hiding in the alleys in different ways to get over there without being seen.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm still gonna stay in like whatever alley I ended up in, but kind of just have my eyes on the door for like 5 or 10 minutes. I just want to see if Sarah walks out at all, because I don't know if she's still in there or not.
As you get back over there, you do notice the door is now closed. It is no longer open.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess he'll still kind of wait for a few minutes just to make sure.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, like not seeing Sarah, he'll eventually try to stealth his way back to the inn, assuming that she's no longer inside then.
Oh, okay. So, Sarah, we're going to jump over to you as you get back to the inn. Again, you see the same thing Snow Moon did. Sign saying ring for service, and that's it.
I'm going to hang out in like one of the tables off to the side and just kind of watch the door.
Okay. So, a little while later, probably about... Snow Moon, go ahead and make another stealth check for me for your trip back.
Okay. Oh, 19 again.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
So-
There we go.
Yeah, after
that-
2 net ones, I'll take it.
You eventually make your way back to the back to the inn. As you head in, Sarah, you watch as the door opens. See a very heavily robed individual. You have seen Snow Moon attired like this before.
Okay.
And Snow Moon, you see that same youngish-looking halfling.
Ah, Sarah, you made it back. You all right?
Is anybody following him?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Why can't I read tonight? 13.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
As he's come
Yeah,
in,
like-
closed the door, no one immediately opened it afterwards.
Okay.
So you made it back. You're all right.
Yeah, for the most part, you got shot.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm all right.
Div- Still in there.
I guess I never did. I guess at this point I'll just kind of like pull it out.
Oh, that was a good idea. We'll ask Lydia about that later. We'll just say you got in a bar fight.
At this point, can Lydia do something?
Sure, you're still at the inn. What do you...
We're
What you
at
doing?
different places right now, though.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm going to do that a really annoying cell phone at a concert thing where like person at a bar thing go, "Hey, Snowmoon! Yeah, we're here at the Tavern still, listen to some pretty good tunes. Hope you're okay. Heard something about White Dragonborn. Later." During that
I-
using message.
Love it.
And then you hold out your scent.
Yeah, my phone. Yeah, my message. Yeah.
So you're here, and Snowman, as Lydia casts sending and sends that to you, the entire message is her screaming as she is trying to talk to you over the music and all the noise at this tavern, whatever tavern they're at.
I told you not to take it out. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. And is that sending stone, or does Lydia have that ability?
I got
forget.
the spell.
Yeah, she has a
Okay.
spell, so you can
Probably
actually
like
reply
holding
back
up her
to her.
focus or something.
So I can
Yeah.
reply back.
Yep.
Okay. Like yes.
Good.
Yes, Lydia. I'm back at the inn with Sarah, and we're both okay.
I'm gonna turn to Art and if you're gonna be like, "They're fine!" Woo!
Sounds great. I love these guys.
Yeah.
What is going on there? There's so much noise.
All three of you go ahead and make Constitution saves for me.
Let's do a save. A saving throw. Plus two.
What'd you get?
Ooh, 15.
I got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
Oh
you
no,
guys
not
have been,
again!
you guys have been at this point feeling pretty good for a while now. Art is really, really happy. the two of you have a pretty good buzz going on, but Art's like 3 shots from 3 sheets to the wind.
Art, this is really good. I never see you relax this much.
I know, this is great.
My hands are tingling.
The Art's just like really leaning up against a table.
Little feet hanging off the ground.
They have that like drunk squint going on where they have one eye closed so they can actually keep focus on one of the two things.
Oh my god. That's what my vision looks like without my glasses on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarah and Snow, and anything you two would be doing as you are now back at the inn together?
Okay. One. Okay, no one coming in. I'm going to go up. And you come upstairs about
10-second delay, okay?
All right. What do you think? We're still being followed?
Just double checking,
All right.
Did you see anybody with the robe on? We're coming back.
No, I waited outside the door to see if you came out because I didn't know if you made it back or not, but I didn't see anyone.
Okay.
Well, I'm going upstairs. I'm gonna go upstairs.
And I'll wait about 10 seconds and then I'll head up as well.
Okay, easy enough to do.
Okay, I'm gonna gesture for Snowmoon to follow me into the room, and I'm gonna open up the makeup box.
Okay.
Okay. Sit on the floor. We got a lot of work to do.
Like, oh, what is this? What are we doing?
Well, for one thing, you're no longer allowed to be a white dragonborn for a couple of days. So,
I could just wear my hooded robe and just be careful.
well, just to be doubly sure, you know. So, I spoke to a person in the temple.
Yes, did you learn anything? What did you find?
I found the court mage in the temple.
With a knife.
And he accepted a job offer from me for us. So we may need to stay in town until morning, which we were doing anyway, but given the fact that I unleashed a bear and we made a bit of a ruckus at the temple, I'm just thinking that maybe we could perhaps not have our original faces for a while.
Yes, that guard that I let go, he did tell me that I would not be safe anywhere, so especially here.
Okay then hold still. And I'm gonna like lift his chin up and just start going with the makeup brushes.
Okay, so
Like-
what
Don't be a
exactly are you
baby.
trying to
Like
do?
powder in the air, and he's just like, ugh.
I'm gonna just try and make him look like a. I'm gonna basically try and see if I can like either make him look like a different kind of dragon or just less like Snowmoon in general.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and we'll call this we'll call it a dexterity check like we did for yours.
That's a nat one.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you spend the better part of about 20 minutes or half an hour trying to figure out how to best adjust his appearance. And going through the different like pigments and powders and pastes and paints you have within this makeup kit, you end up finding that what you think works best on Snowmoon is this sort of reddish orange hue. So you end up going over all the exposed, his face, back of his head, his hands, trying to sort of blend it and get that sort of what you're picturing as the natural reddish hue of a red dragonborn.
Uh-huh.
Snowmoon, as Sarah's going through and doing this, and you look down at your hand, your hands are like a shining, like a candy apple red. high gloss.
Ooh.
Like it literally looks like somebody painted you red and then covered you in lacquer.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just that very sort of high sheen as you're looking at it. It's like, oh, the light, it's reflecting.
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking. This is it.
But I don't meet many dragonborns, okay?
This isn't going to work. This just isn't going to work.
No.
I mean, maybe is there anything else left in the kit?
Is there anything else left in the kit?
Okay, well, it's still got plenty of the actual makeup. It's not like you're running out of supplies in it. Which,
Okay.
as you're looking at it, you actually, as you're have a moment to think about it, you're going, I did myself up. Snowmoon's got one big head. I mean, he's got a dragonborn head. He's a pretty massive creature. I painted up his whole head, his hands, and I still got it doesn't even look like I'm affecting this thing. But as you're looking through, there doesn't seem to be much else in there. You do find one little sort of, I guess I'll call it one compartment in the little tray of things that it literally just says body next to it.
Well, there's this. I'm gonna point to the body.
All right. What does that do?
I don't know.
Do you do this often?
The makeup on the dragonborn, no. Makeup on myself, not for a while.
Okay.
Breaking into a temple and unleashing a lion and a bear into a town, not since my bridal party.
Well, that does seem more your wheelhouse from.
Yes, there was also a tiger. But we won't know what it does unless we try it out.
Yes, I mean if that's what we have to do to keep ourselves safe, then let's try it.
Okay, I'm gonna open the body compartment.
Oh, okay. So as you open it up, again, it feels sort of like what would I describe this as? Think of it almost as I guess I'm going to call it modeling clay. Is if you think of like something you would use as part of a costume to make your nose larger.
Oh,
To,
like the
Sculpting
silicone prosthetics.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Sarah?
Sculpting putty.
Yeah, basically it's like a sculpting putty, or for, like you said, Sarah, for like a prosthetic nose. It's something like that. So as you sort of again start like applying it to different points, you start like touching Snow Moon, and again as you go in and start using it, it doesn't feel like you're like you scooped some out, you've got it on your finger, you go start applying it on Snow, and you look back down, it looks like you haven't touched it. It doesn't seem like it's running out. So you start going into Snow Moon's face, and you sort of put some on this side, put some over here, and you end up, it looks like you're flushing out his neck, and as you're sort of testing and sort of playing with it around, you manage to give Snow Moon a very convincing double chin.
Okay.
It basically, it seems like you have a way to sort of, we'll call it, enhance his body.
I mean, he is an elderly dragonborn now, right?
No
Yeah,
middle
that's true.
sliders. We're going all the way. Okay. Good work. I'm gonna try and like apply it to like more of his head, like maybe like towards the top area, and maybe like add an extra bit to his snout.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and make a dexterity check, and we'll see how well you end up.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So it takes you the better part of an hour and a half to 2 hours, as
Face
you
off.
are literally. And basically, you just start smearing the stuff all over him, and just start sculpting a new face onto his head. You've got, a couple of straws stuck in his nostrils as you're getting the sculpting clay around it, so you can keep breathing. So we will jump back over to you two shortly, as the night is continuing on for our other 3 party members, who are currently enjoying their concert, as the Goliath is now sort of swung by over, is now sitting at the table with the 3 of you. And it's just been, drinking, listening to the music, having a great time. Eventually, calls over to the bartender and starts talking to him in sort of hushed tones. And the bartender comes back over a few minutes later, puts down 4 cups in front of the 3 of you, and 1 in front of the Goliath. That has a very sort of pale greenish hue to it. As you're looking at it for a minute, all of you sort of get the slight scent of honey, and then that sort of deep, sort of hoppy smell you get from some beers. And
Yeah, I forget.
Right. Brings him all over the Goliath patron and just holds us up and just goes, takes his shot down.
I'll follow.
You got it.
To Njord. That's why I follow Njord. I think that's the first time I mentioned his name on stream. The guy that I follow.
Okay.
I had to look him up.
Okay, so as you guys all pull this back, the first thing you notice it has a very strong. It's a form of mead, so it has a very strong, powerful honey flavor to it, and then it burns, literally burns like straight moonshine going down. I want all 3 of you to roll a D100 for me.
D100.
Yep.
This is definitely reminding Fury of the last very burning thing she drank back at the other contest.
50 exactly.
Okay.
57.
76.
Okay, so 50, 57. And what was yours, Furia?
76.
76. Okay. Alrighty then. So there we go. Okay, so is there anything else the 3 of you would be doing for the rest of the evening?
Before we black out?
I'm just trying to make myself, I am here and not somewhere else. Yeah,
She made a
ordering
t-shirt.
things. Yeah,
I'm
and
here.
engaging with people and, being loud if I need to.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's at this
And
point
if-
the group of
yeah.
you and this Goliath, between Lydia shouting into her sending spell, the gnome with the bright shock pink hair. You're pretty sure that there's at least the staff will remember you were here. The Goliath is, given how much you guys and the Goliath have had to drink, the 4 you may not remember you all were here, but
As long as somebody remembers we were here, not somewhere else, that's my goal tonight.
Yep. So as you guys are going through, and again, as you guys finish that, and you guys pick up another round, and again, drinks are still going every which way. We're gonna jump back over. It's a couple of hours later. It's getting ready to turn in for the evening. Sarah and Snow Moon. Sarah, you have done an exceptional job of changing the way Snow Moon's face looks. He is still a dragonborn, but you now have the one, I guess I'll say, caveat to your actions is his head is now a little almost misshapen compared to the rest of his body. Basically, he has a very somewhat oversized head for the rest of him. But yeah, you have managed to sort of elongated his snout a little bit. It sort of curves down a little bit more, almost think Skeksis. Or it just sort of comes down and almost comes to a point like bird's beak. Not quite that severe though, and curves down a little bit. You've changed the way the top of his head appears. Brought it a little more as Snow Moon's that's what I'm looking for. As Snow Moon's normal sort of, I guess I'll call it frill, is just sort of back more. You built it up so the top of it sort of curls up more. And again, it pulls back and is a little smoother, doesn't have the same appearance to it. And again, the whole time as you're going through this is actually, Snow Moon, go ahead and make a Constitution save for me, just to see how well you're dealing with. Is basically you are sitting still for a couple of hours, which isn't a problem when you're meditating, but you literally have somebody sort of pawing at your face the entire time.
So that's a 10.
Oh, okay. Snow Moon loses his cool with you a little bit a couple of times. Because it's just not used to.
Kind of like
yeah,
wave
it's just,
it, like
you're
slap
so
her
used
hands
to
away,
just like, oh, I meditate, I sit and I relax, and all of a sudden it's like, no, I don't want to bend my head that way.
Yeah.
Every time you start getting into a zone where you're nice and calm, and she tweaks your head a different direction. But eventually, as she's done and you look like a completely different person.
Do I feel like do I feel the weight of all this, like, clay that's been...
Not to the degree you expect.
Okay.
I want you to both go ahead and make intelligence checks for me.
Alright. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, okay.
That's a 9.
Okay, so Snow Moon starts to sort of thought and realizing that again, looking in that mirror for a couple of seconds, realizing with enough time, you could make anything look like anything.
So kind of like, yeah, I think this could work.
Well, we can always work on the hands and rest of it
Yes,
tomorrow.
I mean, most of it I could, just keep my robe on and we should be okay, but...
Of course.
And it's surprisingly not that heavy. I thought this would feel really heavy with all this clay on, but... It's not too bad.
Well, I do think I did a pretty good job. Even with you acting like a stubborn baby for half of it.
Oh, please. How was I stubborn?
Just had to move your head to the left, and it was my left.
Alright.
You're right, my left.
Well, I think this should help a lot. In terms
Well,
of...
enjoy sleeping with your new head.
Yeah, I'll try.
I'm going to get this off since Most people tonight saw someone much younger.
Most people. What do you mean? Not
Well,
everyone?
remember the mage I mentioned, the court mage? I do think that he might have been able to through my disguise, possibly.
Ah, so both of us need to keep our heads down when we're about town.
Maybe. We are going to possibly see him tomorrow, maybe possibly before we leave. I'm going to probably, yes. I don't know if he will see much of a difference, but this will work on the guards at least. And on the plus side, whatever this clay stuff is, perhaps I can use as a little filler to keep this as it was.
Are we gonna have to do this like every day or every week? Do you know?
Nope.
Okay, I guess we'll find out.
If you wake up with half of your face smushed, then just come back and tell me.
Will do.
Try to lay on your back. A lot easier. The both of us.
So eventually, as the two of you head off into your rooms to get some sleep, our other three members finish off their evening. They're drinking, carousing. Eventually,
Am I conscious still? Maybe.
At the moment,
Maybe.
let's put it this way: you were, but
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
you all fall asleep.
I'll kind of give Art a lift of my arms if they accept the help.
Oh yeah, we.
Oh, you
Okay.
you guys are all completely lit,
Okay.
but you manage to get up after the music stops and you're done drinking. The bar's closing down. You guys eventually get up and start heading back to turn in for the evening. Everyone eventually falls asleep, and we move to the next morning. Snow Moon, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Okay.
We're gonna see how well your head held up.
95.
Oh, you managed to somehow sleep, corpse, flat on your back without moving for the entire evening. You have some, the back of it might have a couple of little spots that, might be a little flatter. But again, as no one's head is really perfectly round, don't see any reason why that would be a problem. Sarah, you start to wake up in your room, and again, everything seems perfectly normal. Art, Furia, and Lydia. The three of you start to wake up. The first thing that you notice is you are laying on the floor.
Oh.
Together.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
And all of you are covered, head to foot, in dirt and caked mud.
Oh no!
Y'all damn mud run.
We're robbed.
Looks like you've still got all your equipment, all your gear.
Oh.
It's literally you are just filthy for some reason.
I start pulling like mud out of my hair, and I look to the other
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, do a nature check. Where did this come from?
The ground.
What on earth happened last night?
I don't remember. I was carrying Art and got a little hazy from there. I told them to hold on to the horns or the pigtails, but not both at the same time. Can't
I
remember what
start-
chapter that.
Brushing myself off, I shake Art. Art, are you all right?
Yeah, I think. Is it normal to have such a pain in your head?
Yes, that's
don't
normal, but this mud is not.
Thanks. So, but this
Yes,
we're all
grog.
dirty.
We are all dirty.
Ugh,
Go ahead and make a perception check, all three of you.
that I'm used
Okay.
to.
18.
Very nice.
9.
Okay. What was yours, Art?
7.
Okay. Well, luckily, it was not a hard check. As you all are starting to sort of pick yourselves up off the floor and started looking at each other and, like you said, starting to brush off and pick mud out of places, a lot of you turn. And laying on the bed
Oh no.
is what appears to be a recently exhumed corpse.
Woo!
What?
And that's where we're going to go on into tonight's session.
What?
You bitches at Bernie's!
Oh dear.
It's okay, I have a necromancer magic kit.
No.
As our
Oh boy.
party split themselves up yesterday. 2 of them went in and broke into a temple. 3 of them went out and got fish naked.
Did some.
And apparently dug up a body. And then brought it home with them.
Oh, we should do this
So,
more often.
make sure you're back with us next week. There's a lot going on today for our players. They have a potential meeting with a court mage by the name of Delphin.
Oh crap! I forgot about
Then
that.
they have to get to their boat by noon to take the trip to Succumber, which is their actual destination. All while keeping Snow Moon from being seen by any guards, but unbeknownst to our party, Snow Moon doesn't really look like Snow Moon anymore. So we will see what this brings. Now, before we go, I know no one had a chance to use the communal Nat 20 this week, so we're going to wipe that off the board as everyone was here and toss this out to our viewers at home and our players. Anyone got a vote they want to toss out for the free Nat 20 for next time?
Art blasted.
I want to give it to Sarah because I feel like she might need it.
Wow.
I give.
No.
wanna-
The stuff in the stuff in the temple.
I think
It's
Art
just
should
great.
get it for actually going out and checking on the stuff going on in the market.
Yeah,
And
what the
then
heck
Fury
with that
should-
bear?
I
and
think
then
Furia
leaving
should get it
afterwards.
because Furia played true to herself and was like, "I'm here.
Yeah.
Everyone see me."
Yeah.
No, okay. Snow Moon, anything for you? I think we could just about vote for almost every one of you so far.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would say Art for
Oh,
going
okay.
out and checking on the marketplace and seeing what's going on.
Okay, well that tips our scales. So Art, you will have the Nat 20 for next week.
Yay.
Yeah, remember
I didn't do anything about it though.
Exactly, that's why you get it.
He dug up a corpse.
I can put that on my resume now, I guess.
Somebody is.
Yep.
Grave robber.
Why did we put it in the bed and all of us are on the cold?
Well, you know, where else were you going to put it? It would have been rude to bring him home and say, no, you're sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, at least you guys slept in your little mud cuddle pile.
Oh boy.
I'm used to sleeping out in the wild. It probably didn't bother Fury at all.
But like, was Lydia on the bottom so that like the other 2 of you got to like have something comfy?
Nope, it was
No,
Art on
the
the
big
bottom,
spoon.
then Furia, then Olivia.
cart made that squeaky toy noise.
So with that being said, we will be back next Monday, heading on our way to Succumber to, see about finishing up this first task that they were assigned by their strange magic-using benefactor.
I forgot that's why we're going.
Yeah.
So don't forget, folks, we do have something going on here just about every night of the week, be it D&D tabletop games, things like Star Wars, Shadowrun once a month. When other things aren't going on, we've got Mystic Hour and video games being played. There's something for just about everyone here. So definitely check out some of the other streams. Don't forget about the promo points and the different new emojis for subscribers. That being said, don't forget, folks, when you're heading out to make yourself an alibi, making sure that you want to be visible so people know you're not part of the nefarious plot to break into a temple. You probably shouldn't drink yourself into a stupor. But if you do, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus when you're digging up that corpse. See you next time, folks.
Good night.